kind of behind one of the pretty big high hill, like a mountain peak almost. So they couldn't get us there because the shells would come over that.
Go over
hill.
the top of it, then go over the top of you.
Over the top, and they'd land probably maybe 100 yards away from where you were at, because they couldn't. And now I think it was the Japanese. They had a way of doing that. They had mortar rounds that could go up and come straight down, and they knew how to do it.
Were you? Was the Americans right there with you? Did they have like other nations help right there with you, like Japan, or wasn't some English involved in the UN?
Yeah, well, they were in different units.
So they weren't right with you there.
No. This was the 279th Infantry Regiment, and we were with the, I forget that too.
You were almost in Fort Hood as long as you were in Korea, weren't you?
Oh, I was in Fort Hood probably longer. I was in Fort Hood from, let's see, when did I get into the service? Fort Hood from at least July until, I went through quite a bit in that time. From July, maybe middle of June, something like that. Well, I'll say July 1st till April 1st, I think. Something like that, or even maybe almost May 1st.
I suppose a lot of those people that trained at Fort Hood, they just...
I landed, I remember this. I got this mixed up too. I can't remember if I landed in Incheon, Korea on my mother's birthday, I think. That would be July the 14th. But I think we left Seattle, Washington around the middle of June. About the 14th of June, and then I landed in Korea by the middle of July. And I was out of there by March 1st.
Did you know for sure you'd be going to Korea, or did you think maybe they'd send you to Europe? Or
we weren't supposed to go to Korea.
Oh, really?
The 1st Armored Division was activated. That's when I got into Fort Hood, Texas, and because the 1st Armored Division had they brought them back, activated them because they had a pretty good record in World War II. I think they took 1st Armored Division took all of Italy back. They were that was, what's his name? General Patton was the head of the 1st Armored Division.
Did they...
I have his patch to this day.
Patton? Or the 1st Armored Division?
Well, the 1st Armored. He had the 1st Armored Division patch too.
Did you think you'd be going to Italy or Germany then, or something?
Well, there was just Germany. Italy was not even occupied, I don't think, anymore.
So when did they come and say, guess what, you're going to Korea?
Well, see, then the Korean War, by that time, the guys that were in there, they were all coming home. And a lot of the guys stayed in the service. And they replaced all of us in the 1st Armored Division in Texas. All those guys, the Korean veterans, were coming home. So, what happened then? And we had to replace them and go to Korea.
Suppose you called home and said, guess what?
Well, I had been home for Christmas that year, too. And then the next time I come home was just before